So I watched a documentary last night called That Sugar Film about how sugar is bad for your body, and I already knew that because last January of 2015 my family did the Whole30 where we only ate fruits, vegetables, and meats for a whole month, and when I started adding foods back in, sugar was the only one that gave me problems. So anyway, after watching this documentary, it just solidified something I've been thinking about for a while, which is I need to cut out sugar. And something else that just blew my mind was I looked at my normal granola, and for 3/4 of a cup, which is a serving, you get 3 teaspoons of sugar. How crazy is that? So today is my first day of eating with no sugar, and I'm making 2 eggs for breakfast. So it is day 3 of eating no processed sugars, and I'm doing really well so far, except this morning I got up a little late, and I was headed to the cupboard to get cereal until I remembered, wait a minute, I don't eat that anymore. So instead, I'm making eggs. Last year, when my family did the Whole30 for a month, or for 30 days, I can remember eating eggs every day was so difficult. So I might have to see if I can find some kind of sugar-free cereal or sugar-free oatmeal or sugar-free something that's not eggs for breakfast, because I get tired of eggs. Anyway, I also wanted to show you my abhorrent egg flipping skills, because this is not something I'm good at. Look at that! That's the best I've done it all week. Let's see if I can do this other one. Yep, see, this is my problem. Woo! Wow! Honestly, that is the best I've flipped eggs all week. Probably ever. I've never flipped eggs that well. It's because you're watching. So I'm not eating 100% no sugar. For example, like fruit and stuff like that has natural sugars in it. And I'm still eating sandwiches, I'm still eating bread, which has a bit of sugar in it, but not as much as you'd think. This is Dave's Killer Bread, one with a bunch of seeds in it, and, white bread is terrible for you, but wheat bread or seed bread like this has surprisingly not a lot of sugar. So remember that cereal I showed you, 3/4 of a cup, has 12 grams of sugar, whereas these 2 slices of bread only have 10 grams of sugar. So it is day 5, I believe, of eating no sugar, and I'm struggling a bit. One struggle I already shared with you. I'm struggling with breakfasts, because eating eggs day after day after day is just kind of boring. I should probably try cooking my eggs in a different way, but maybe that's an experiment for this next week. But I also found a recipe for sugarless granola, so I might try making that, because I do like to eat cereal-like things in the morning, especially if I'm feeling rushed. And the other area of struggle that I am facing is with mindless eating. And I never would have considered myself somebody who just would mindlessly eat, but I'm finding that I do it out of boredom, and it's not that obvious when you're just going about your day and it's like, oh, I have 10 minutes, I'm kind of hungry, let's eat a granola bar. Like, you don't think that that's mindless eating because you're bored, but I'm realizing that I'm full almost all the time because I'm getting enough of the nutrients that I need, and I'm not just like filling my body with empty carbs and empty sugary snacks and stuff. But I still find myself thinking, oh, I have 10 minutes, why not get a snack? Like, I'm not hungry because I'm full, but I still want to eat things, and I think it's out of boredom. So instead, I really want to try doing useful things instead of eating. Like, I want to read more, write more, practice music, do exercise, things like that to keep my mind busy so that I'm not thinking, oh, I'm kind of bored. Let's eat! I am so proud of myself. This weekend has been crazy. This is day 7 of eating sugar-free, and yesterday was my piano recital, and there was cookies, and there was chocolate-covered pretzels, and I didn't take any. And then we went to game night, where there's always an overabundance of cookies, and donuts, and chips, and popcorn. I didn't take anything. Today at church, I did not take a muffin or a bagel for breakfast. I ate 2 eggs at home and went to church full. After church, I went to a graduation party where there was a delicious looking cake, and I was sorely tempted, but I did not take a piece. I am very proud of my level of self-control. I don't know about you, but my dreams always reflect real life, and I had my first dream about sugar last night. Usually I have a recurring nightmare about being late for work, but this time I dreamt about sugar. I was at an event to meet Santa Claus, of all things, and which actually that makes sense too, because the night before I was reading I was looking at old photo albums and was looking at the photo of me with Sinterklaas, which is the Dutch Santa. I was looking at those pictures for a while, so it makes sense. Anyway, I was in line to meet Santa Claus, and they had little black chocolate hard candies, and I just popped one in my mouth without thinking. And then a little while later, our pastor's wife came up to me because she was there too, and she had leftover candy goodie bags from her daughter's graduation, which her daughter just graduated, and we went to her party, but they did not have candy goodie bags there. And she was like, "Here, I've got leftovers, do you want one?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah," and I immediately grabbed the one that has all my favorite candy in it, Skittles, Starbursts, Twix, Milky Way, Kit Kat, and I grabbed it, and then I was like, wait a minute, I don't eat sugar anymore. And then I realized, I have a piece of candy in my mouth. And then my alarm went off and I woke up, but that's how I'm doing 1 week after I decided to give up sugar, because it was last Tuesday that was my first day, and it's Tuesday again, so there we have it. So it is day 9, and I'm having my first sugar craving, and I think I'm having this craving because my emotions and my hormones are just kind of all over the place. I'm not feeling the happiest at the moment. When we eat sugar, it activates the pleasure centers of our brain. So when we're feeling sad or disappointed or depressed, immediately we want to have sugar, like chocolate or ice cream, because we know that when we eat that stuff, it makes us feel good. But it's not that good for us because, sugar can be addictive and unhealthy and all that kind of stuff. The best thing is probably not to eat that kind of stuff because it could make you feel even worse. I'm just gonna eat my lunch, eat my banana, and ignore these cravings that I'm having because I know that they're caused by my emotions, and fixing that with food and sugar is not the right way to fix out emotional problems. So it's been a week and a few days since I gave up sugar, and my blog post about it is going up tomorrow, and I'm going to include this vlog on my blog, so it's time to end it, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my face instead of just reading my words, and I'll see you on the blog. Rosie!